What's going on, guys? Welcome to Rants Red Talk, where we discuss the topics that you send through to me on Twitter. And as usual, in the description, man's got that link for your clothes, man. Big up everyone that's been shouting me, telling me they've purchased some stuff. As I said, I don't get nothing out of it. Like, if I could bring you in, then I'll bring you in. I appreciate the support, man. This is your show. This is your channel, because without you lot watching, there wouldn't be no point me even making this shit. So I appreciate you, man. So without further ado, let's just get down to the questions. First up, we have at Martial FC _drip. It says, do you think Oli is rushing players back from injury? Lingard versus Liverpool, Matic for Arsenal, and I feel most players that come back from injury against Wolves come back too quickly. Bro, I completely agree. I think it's a combination of Oli wanting players back, but also we're in a good run of form. Like, forget that, yeah, we've lost 2 games, but people always want to play in a winning team. That's what I would say. Do you know what I mean? Under the last guy, at this current state, you see, when we weren't winning games, no one didn't really want to play. When you're in a winning team and everyone's enjoying football, everyone's enjoying training, everyone wants to play. And I think it's a combination of Oli wanting these players back because he knows who his best players are and how he wants to play, but also the players wanting to play for the manager, like really wanting to play for the manager. And I think it's down to Oli to be strong and say, you know what, guys, not today, bruv. Like, you have to sit this one out. I believe that Matic should have never played against Arsenal. Like, after being out for a number of weeks, you don't just walk back into the team, bruv. He's not that good. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, say, we've got like a top player, like when we had Wayne Rooney, or if you've got like a Paul Scholes or something. If their man are 70%, they play in it because they're levels. But certain other man like Matic and that, like, brother, a 70% Nemanja Matic ain't even worth being in the squad because he's shit even at 100%. 100% Nemanja Matic isn't showing me that he's better than fucking McTominay's at the moment, blood. Man like Sergio Biscuits, he's really not. He's not showing me he's better than Fred, bruv, because what Fred showed me against PSG, he showed me that he's good enough to play, blood. Like, he showed me that, innit? Like, for me, Matic's best attribute is reading the game. Technically, he's not as good as Fred. Do you know what I'm saying? Athletically, he's not as good as Fred. Athletically, he's not as good as McTominay. McTominay's more mobile. He's not as good as Andreas Pereira technically, or in terms of getting up and down the pitch. So it's solely his brain and the way he reads the game, but his body's slowing down, bruv, and his decision making is too slow. So that was a bad one. Jesse Lingard getting rushed back against Liverpool and then getting injured when he probably should have just brought on Sanchez. Again, that was a bad move from Oli. Like, he shouldn't have brought Jesse Lingard on, bruv. He shouldn't have. And I think Martial looked off the pace against Wolves. Like, I think he was fit, but like, he probably shouldn't have started that game. He should have come on. Do you see what I'm saying? We had nothing on the bench. We had nothing on the bench whatsoever. Like, all of our impact players started. Marcus Rashford was carrying a knock against Arsenal, and I don't know if he's fully recovered from that injury. I don't know if he's playing injured or if he's just in a poor run of form, or both. Like, I'm not really sure. You know what I mean? Jesse didn't really look off the pace because Jesse's just a fit lad. If he's fit, innit? Like, but in general, I feel like the players that got injured and have come back have looked off the pace, blood. And I do think that the style of football Oli wants to play, these men are not conditioned to play it yet. And that's why I believe Oli needs another another pre-season, like a proper pre-season, not the little Dubai break, a full pre-season to get the players to the fitness levels he expects. Same thing happened with Klopp and Liverpool. First season he come in, everyone was dropping like flies because they couldn't play at that intensity, man. And it's happened at our club. So I do think he's rushing them back, but I do also think that there's an eagerness from the players to want to play for Oli because we're doing so well at the moment. Like, I think because we've lost 2 games, people are losing sight of the fact that man's only lost 2 games, like, or 3 games if you count the first leg of PSG. I'd rather not count it because it doesn't really matter, innit? We won overall. But we've lost 2 games since December. 2 games domestically since December. That's a brilliant record. So chins up, guys. Like, don't overlook it, man, and don't read too much into it. Next one is _ at Simply United. It says, would you splash out for Harry Kane considering Rashford isn't good enough to be our main striker? We can't compete for big trophies without a 25 plus goal striker. Okay, would I splash cash for Harry Kane? Absolutely, blood. Will we? No, we wouldn't. But I'm gonna be real with you, innit? Like, we're Manchester United. Harry Kane is a Manchester United player. He ticks all the boxes. He's English and he's top notch, innit? And United have always had like the British captains, international captains. We had Ryan Giggs. Do you know what I'm saying? Man had Keano, man had Darren Fletcher, man had fucking Wayne Rooney. Like, we always have these man. Like, back in the day, most of our players used to captain their country. Like, Berber captained his country. Like, even Valencia was a captain of his country. Man just had a bag of captains and a bag of leaders in our team, innit? And we had quality. Now, we don't necessarily have that. In the international break, there'll be bare man staying back. That wasn't always the case, innit? So that tells you the quality, like the lack of quality compared to the old days. But I think the general level of quality in football has dropped since them times. So we can't even really read too much into that. What I would say is, Manchester United need to be having a striker like that. And not just having a striker like that, because in football now, you've got teams like Liverpool that don't have an out-and-out striker scoring 25 plus goals, but what they do have is they have a collective unit that contribute goals. And I think that in football now, like, the out-and-out number 9 is dying, innit? It's a dying breed of player. Like, after Sergio Aguero retires and that, they ain't man like him no more. Like, Harry Kane's a proper 9 as well, but he's a rarity. Like, the Lewandowskis, all them man there, like, them man are a dying breed. And now you've got more fluid attacking lineups and man chipping in from all angles. What I would say is, we don't have consistency, bruv. Because when you look at, say, like Mbappe and these man there, and even, let's just use Liverpool as an example. Mane, Salah, Firmino, none of these men are strikers, out-and-out strikers. Salah's a forward, Mane is a wide forward, yeah, and Firmino's an attacking midfielder. But one thing them man do is they guarantee a certain level of performance. That's what we're lacking at the moment, because 30 out of 38 games a season, Salah, Firmino and Mane are guaranteeing you, yeah, 7 out of 10s at a minimum for 30 games out of the 38. Whereas with Rashford, with Lukaku, with Martial, these men are not guaranteeing consistency. Even if they could consistently give us a 7 out of 10, we'd be okay. But the problem is, these men give us 8s one week, 5s the next week, 7s the next week, 6s the next week. There's no consistency. We don't know what we're going to get from these men, because the level of consistency does come with experience, but also, like, I think it's just general quality, blood. Like, man don't have the quality that we used to have, in the sense that when we had Ryan Giggs on the pitch, Roy Keane on the pitch, Paul Scholes on the pitch, David Beckham on the pitch, Ruud van Nistelrooy on the pitch, you knew that these men were giving you a minimum of a 7 out of 10 on their worst day. We don't really have players like that no more, blood. I can't name you, apart from David De Gea, yeah, I can't name you one player in our team, yeah, that guarantees us every single game a 7. I can't name you one. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what our biggest problem is. I would fucking break the bank for Harry Kane, because I believe he's a Manchester United player, and I believe one day he will play for us. I think it's only a matter of time he will get disgruntled at Spurs and we'll just cough up the money and buy him. Like, I do think that, bruv. But I think it's deeper than not having a 25 goal a season striker. I think our attacking unit is not consistent. We don't have one player that we can rely on to always bang. Liverpool can rely on Mo Salah, that if he's not scoring, he'll still get a few assists. They can rely on Mane, that if he's not scoring, he can still get a few assists. Same with Firmino. If he's not scoring, he'll still get a few assists. We can't rely on Martial to perform week in, week out, yeah, at that level yet. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't rely on Marcus Rashford to perform at that level. I don't think Marcus Rashford will ever get to that level. We can't rely on Lukaku when he's not scoring. He don't contribute. Do you see what I'm saying? So we can't rely on these men to do it consistently, and I think that's what our real problem is. I don't think it's the fact that we don't have a Ruud van Nistelrooy or 25 season ago striker. I just think collectively we don't have enough quality to rely on these men. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. The next one is at Grow Diggy. Do you think the squad can handle the running? We have 8 games in just under a month. I think our squad can handle the running. I just think that Ollie has to, and he has been, using the squad well. To be honest, if we avoid any more serious long-term injuries, I think we'll be all right. Like, we've still got depth. We still, as I said, we had Pereira, McTominay, and Fred that didn't start the last match. Like, we do have depth. We have things that can be moved around. Like, I think we'll just get over the line when it comes to top 4. And that's why I think that prioritising the Champions League was never a thing for me. Like, I will stand by, I would have rather taken the 3 points at Arsenal than have won against PSG, because I honestly think that the Champions League is just a step too far for us. We're not at that level, bruv. Like, man for man, we should get eaten by Barca. I don't think we'll get eaten, but I think we'll get beaten, blood. Like, comfortably over 2 legs, bro. Like, even if it's 4-2, yeah, or 5-2 over 2 legs, bro, I think like they'll deal with us comfortably, innit? I do, because we're not that level. So, in all honesty, I think we have enough. I think we have enough in the squad. But put it this way, yeah, like, we're out the FA Cup. I'm annoyed about that, but at the same time, top 4 needs to be the priority, especially with Sorryball bugging out for Chelsea, yeah. Like, we need to stake our claim in this top 4 thing. Now, Arsenal have 5 of their last 8 games away from home. I can't remember the last time, yeah, away from home that they've even won a game against the top 6. Their man don't travel well. And even though they're not playing top 6 teams, we saw Everton beat Chelsea yesterday. There's teams like Wolves that can cause upsets. So I don't think them man are going to have it all their way. We just need to worry about ourselves, innit? And I think we'll get the job done. I think we'll just make it over the line. In all honesty, I don't care how we get there. We just need to get there, guys. Let me know, do you think our squad's too lightweight, or do you think we're just gonna make it? All right, at Wise Guy Elliot. So the international break starts after 2 losses. Do you see this as a hindrance to our top 4 challenge, or do some of our players need some time out from the team to recharge, referring to those not on international duty? Bro, absolutely. I think that that's where we're at the moment. I honestly believe that our players need a rest. They're tired. I don't know, like, when I was saying a few men look like they're carrying knocks, like Rashi, for instance, maybe he is, or maybe he's just fatigued. I don't know, innit? Maybe he's just fucking tired, bro. So I think that that week off is needed. But then at the same time, we had a week off before the Wolves game, and these men come out looking sluggish as hell. So it's a catch-22, but I'm going to be optimistic and say, you know what, this break's going to do us well. And now we're out of that competition. We know what we need to do. We know what we need to focus on. We need a big response against Watford. If we come out and slap Watford 3-0 at home, everyone forgets about the previous 2 games. What we can't do is come back and drop points again, because their man are looking at it like, rah, are United fading at like the business end of the season? So with that in mind, I just think we're going to be cool. I think that this come at a good time after 2 L's. Like, the man them, hopefully a few man go away on international duty, have some good results, come back buzzing, do you know what I mean, score a few goals, put in a few good performances, and they come back and we're just ready to rock and roll, man. But if I'm honest, I don't have any fear that that's not going to be the case. And last one, my guy Saeed at realist_187. How does Ollie shape the team going into the last part of the season? Best 11 versus what works best, etc. Dropping Matic and playing 2 in the middle. All right, what I would say about that is Ollie's done very well at, apart from the last game, the Wolves game, he's done very well at adjusting his personnel depending on who we're playing. I think that he should have switched to a 5 at the back against Wolves. He didn't. He went with the 4-4-2 diamond. It kind of looked like, I was there at the game, that's what it looked like, but it was very disorganized, and then it kind of looked like a 4-3-3. Either way, it didn't work, innit? So I think for me, I want to see McTominay back in the midfield. I wouldn't even mind seeing Herrera, Fred and Pogba. I want to see how that works, bro. Like, I really want to see how that works. I think the front 3 picks itself if it's fit, but I just feel like we have to play our own game, innit? We just have to play our own game. And more often than not, we'll beat teams. Unless we're playing like a team that needs to be respected, like a Wolves or something like that, where possibly in the next leg you might see Ollie, because he is a studious manager and he does learn, he might go for a 5 at the back against Wolves and try and mirror their formation. He might do. because it's Wolves away again, and we can't afford to go there and make the same mistake twice, and I don't think he will. So I think all in all, I think we need more legs in that midfield, man. I think that Matic has to get dropped. I don't understand why Ollie's persisting with him. And against the smaller teams, I'd argue that we don't need Matic and Herrera in there. I think we can be more positive, drop Matic and maybe play Ander, Fred and Pogba, or Ander, Pereira and Pogba. Like, we can go for 2-8s. Like, we can. Do you know what I mean? Because we do not need two sitting midfielders against teams that aren't going to press us. Now, as good as Wolves were, they didn't press us. They sat back. So, with that in mind, I'd keep it more of the same. We only have to worry about the Champions League and the league. So, there's not going to be too much juggling. We're not in the League Cup. I just think if it's the last 8 games, we just need to put everything into it and just go for it. Let me know what you think. Would you rotate? Would you try and match up your team depending on who we're playing, or would you just play your best players and just go for the throat? Let me know in the comments, guys. Okay, and that was your Rants Red Talk. Big up, guys, for the support. Make sure you smash that like button and keep them comments coming in. It's always a great thing, man. Hundreds and hundreds of comments. I'll try and get back to the ones I can. Let me know what you think of the topics we discussed today. And yeah, just keep it interactive. I'm heading off now to go and meet Flex. We're going to film the Flex and Rant show and also the WTF show. So look out for those tomorrow. And then I should be linking up with Expressions to do the next episode of Dispatch of the Day. And then you'll have another Rants Red Talk coming up this week. Since it's international break, there ain't going to be another match reaction. So you'll get another show as per, man. So I'm just going to keep the content coming, keep the interaction coming. Make sure you add me up on Twitter and Instagram at Rants and Bants for all your trolling needs, bruv. I'm active out here, man. So once again, mad respect, guys. I'm gone.